Close the door for the sound. Get the little fit going. We're going live now. So we are live in 3, 2, and 1. All right, anyways. So if you are new, all right, I know it's pretty early. This shit just dropped, but you know, it's a time-based thing. I like to get in here for an hour, get in, get out. I did have some music playing, but don't worry about that right now. I think that was the thing that was messing up the audio for our special guest that joined in today. Obviously, I don't have it posted, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop who it is, man, and then we're gonna get right into it real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and step out, show you the fit, and then we'll get into it. You're gonna see the guest right here, right now. It's a little, I know it's a little early, but we're gonna go ahead. You're gonna see the guest now. We're gonna run into it, and that's just how it is right now. All right, so first, I know this is the guest and all, but go ahead, ignore him for a little bit. You're gonna pop the fit, see the fit, just see how it is. All right, we are straight Adidas with a little champion on the bottom, a little snipe calm fit. All right, then we got the all white Adidas, shit that we wore to school. Got back in the shoes and shit. I'll do probably the shoe episode next time, whatever. But you know how it is. I go ahead and talk about the shoes, and then we kind of just move on from it. And then I'm gonna take the shoes off because now it's time to get comfortable because we gonna have some questions to ask about. All right, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, boss man.
All right. So
Yes, sir.
first things first. Cut this light off. I don't need that shit. I got my big ring light. It's all right. First things first, man. Who are you? How do you know me? Just go ahead and talk about just who you are. Why do we know you as AKA Snacks? Like, why do we know you as that?
Got you. First, I want to say appreciate you, Deshaun, bringing me on. So I am Malik, aka Snacks. If you went to Bridgewater, know me by that name. Me and Deshaun know each other. We went to the same college together, played on the same football team together, and been kicking it ever since. Position group, D line, D tackle, D end relationship. So I'm a year older than him. So I was a sophomore when Deshaun came in as a freshman, and we kind of kicked it through COVID. We took our extra COVID year. We took our spring season. So we've been kicking it for the past 5.5 to 6 years, and that's my dog. So appreciate him for bringing me on here to talk about some things that we went through together and just some life updates and everything like that. And it's definitely lit that you got this whole podcast going. So appreciate you for bringing me on. But yeah, Malik, aka Snacks. The name came from my freshman year actually, before Deshaun was here.
Yeah.
There's two different versions. There's a version why some people know me as Snacks, and there's a version of why like the coaches and all that know me as Snacks. So I'll go into the coaches version. So um, coaches version, dude who recruited me out of high school, Keenan Carter, love that guy. He had brought me in. He was like, "You were the way I was playing." He just said, "You're a snack-sized version of Warren Sapp, who's like this D tackle that played a lot of years in the NFL, Hall of Fame guy." But so he just kept calling me Baby Snacks or Snacks, and I was or Baby Warren. I was like, okay. And so the coaches started to catch on, players started to catch on, and kind of name just kind of stuck with me. So there's a little bit different reasoning for the guys. We are our own personal reasons why we call me Snacks and stuff like that. It's not the reason y'all think it has to do with food and none of that. It's not that, but that's kind of how the whole name originated.
Yeah, so basically, to be just straight to the point, I thought that shit was about food. All right, I know that's kind of like my freshman year. That was like our story. That's what we thought about. It was like this motherfucker just opened his book bag, nigga. I got snacks. What's up? That's what we thought. All right, but it's just kind of name that you grew up or not kind of grew into it and you kind of just went with it. I mean, no offense, but it fit. Fit the description.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
I mean, Keenan
Come on,
Carter, man.
man. Nose tackle and Snacks. You put two and two together, but this time 1 + 1 don't equal 2, man.
Yeah. But basically, what we're gonna get into, we're gonna talk about a whole lot of stuff. Basically, first is just how's life? Like how's life after graduating, and how's everything going like that?
Life, man, it's life. You know what I'm saying? Bills, uh,
Yeah,
pay it back or some debt from school, all that stuff. Luckily, I don't got that too much, but life's been good. I mean, after uh, I graduated with my master's in human resources. Human resources. I also had my bachelor's, but I stayed my last year for my master's. So that was cool. After that, came home around. I think my lease ended in July. Came home around July, but and then didn't find my job until like September, October. So it was August. No, it was actually October. I think it was like Halloween. So like those first 2 months, I was just like, dang, I need to find a job. It's time to get up on it. You know what I'm saying? Like time to do some grown man stuff. So that's kind of what I was on. Found my job in healthcare IT staffing. So that's what I've been doing past year and a half since leaving. Also started to coach my guys on winter break my senior year. My friends had asked me to come help them out with little league, and I was like, we was lit, so I was like, yeah, I got you. But we was lit, had some drinks in us. I didn't think they was
Yeah.
serious. And then I mean, when I came home in July, they were like, nah, we was dead ass. So like, I helped them out too. A little league that was like really fun, especially just getting out the game and then moving on to like still being around the game. So that was kind of fun. We ended up going 12-0, won a championship. And then that next year, I moved up to help to coach the freshman team. It was kind of different world for me because I was an offensive coordinator. I ain't know no
Hmm.
offense at all. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm watching Ohio State plays, getting my plays off Madden. I'm just giving to my guys, and we just going out there. So I think we went 8-2 last season, and then and I was an assistant D line coach for varsity. So that was just what I would do what I do after my day job. So. And then this year, some coaching changes happened, and I got word that I am the head D line coach of varsity this year. So,
That's good.
um, yeah. So that came out last week. So I'm excited for that to finally get like finally get some like to run my own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not run, obviously in the frame of the defense and stuff like that, but to be hands on with my guys and stuff like that. That's gonna be exciting. So that's kind of what I've been up to. Other than that, just been chilling, man. Like I'll be tired, work, coaching. You know how the coaching life get.
Yes.
You don't really get no extra time. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't get no extra time to yourself that much. If you do, you in some type of meeting. So other than that, I'll still game. I'll be on the game. And if I go out here and there with my fellas, but other than that, I'm chilling, man. Trying to get some rest for the next day.
Hmm. I feel like we kind of like the same. One thing, big ups from going from that little league to going to high school. I mean, high school, different level. I mean, doesn't matter what A it is. With my high school is 6A. I mean, that's the biggest. You got so much pressure on you. I mean, you got
Yeah,
over 2.5K kids in the school by itself, and then you got your teams with over 100 players by itself, and you're really trying to figure out like, all right, where can I fit into this society, this population? What can I do? And as soon as I came into being a D line coach, that's the first thing I did. When I came into that, it was just like, oh, I got to write a practice plan. I got to come up with something for half the practice. And that's when everything started ticking. I was like, all right, that motor started. That shit has not stopped since. I still have everything from the past season up on my mirror, from wins to losses to who I'm starting this week. I mean, it's just a constant thing. And then with the weight room and everything like that that I do now, it's like I'm updating that. We just did maxes the other day, so I'm updating their maxes. Like I'm not getting that break that like we used to have as soon as the season ends. We're just like constantly going. We're trying to find more games for another season. It's a whole lot as
yeah,
soon as you get in
it's definitely a whole
that
lot.
realm.
It's definitely a whole lot, and I got to get on that the D line wave. I mean, I was kind of on that last year with the offensive coordinator thing. I'm like, dang, I got to start looking at defenses and seeing what defenses
Hmm.
these teams run, seeing what formations they like to come out to. You know what I'm saying? Telling my quarterbacks how to read coverage. You know what I'm saying? So like all that, you don't think about it. We've been so used to just hey, we line up in our stance and we going. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. But now we're on the other side, the admin side of the stuff. So that's definitely
Yeah,
cool to see, and definitely probably gonna be reaching out to you a couple times on some
that's
drills for
fine.
D
I
line
mean,
stuff.
look,
So
I took everything from G from
I'm yeah.
Card. I've
The
taught we
list of
taught
coaches we
Carter
had, you know,
before.
we
Yeah,
coaches
the
we played for. I
list.
don't think I know how many coaches we played for, man, on the D line. It was rough down there.
I think what was it, four. I mean, I got
I
to
played
count
for
Clark.
five.
Clark was one at least once. I think it was the
Yeah.
spring.
What year was that when Clark did it?
I
What
think it
year
was
was that?
spring,
Was that the
his
COVID
last
year where he
one,
just? Yeah,
because
we had
we
Clark, Daniels, G, Williamson. You have four, and then I had Carter because I came a year
yeah,
earlier.
he's the one that brought me in, Carter, man. I would still we
Yeah,
still bring kids down to William and Mary all the time, and I
that's the
love seeing
OG right there.
him,
You know that.
seeing
Oh,
everybody.
that's the OG.
He's the one that really brought me there. To be honest, that's the whole story. But
Yeah, we'll get
that's
into
a
that.
short
Yeah,
story. That's a short story.
yeah.
So next thing, man, just you're moved on now. You went little league. Now you're back to high school. How was high school for you? What was the life before Bridgewater exactly?
I mean, high school was lit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I went to Potomac Falls. I'm from Northern Virginia. I didn't state that earlier. So I went to a school up here called Potomac Falls. They're 5A. They still are 5A to this day. So I mean, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? We were populated, but we weren't overpopulated like a 6A school like you went to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we didn't have the trailers and stuff like that yet. It wasn't bumped shoulder to shoulder crazy in the hallway. But nah, it was cool. I mean, I met my core group of friends before I went to college. You know, you always got those high school group of
Hmm.
friends and you got those college group of friends. So I had my core group of friends that we played football, all the way through up to senior year. We struggled my first couple 2 years. Freshman year actually we were good, but sophomore year we struggled. Got a new coach, so from Oscar Smith from the Tidewater area. So he tried to change a lot of things. You know, that's a process implementing a whole new program and stuff like that. So we went 4-6 that year, and then I mean gradually got better. Went 6-4 the next year, and then 8-3 or 8-4 went to the regions third round region semis. I lost against Massaponax. So that was my senior year. So that was lit. It was pretty cool. Like I said, I had my group of friends. We was obviously out hanging out, partying, playing football. So a lot of them played basketball too. I didn't really do that no more. I played the AAU track, but that was about it. Um, but yeah, nah, it was basically just the same. It was kind of like Bridgewater, just on a smaller scale. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bridgewater was a smaller college. You know what I'm saying? You know that. You know the feel of that. So wasn't really schoolwork, AP classes, trying to get as much grades and kind of GPA bumps as I can, so I could
Hmm.
look better for colleges when they start coming in and looking. So I was doing all that. But other than that, yeah, it was just ball, hanging out with friends, and trying to bump this GPA up. You know what I'm saying? So high school wasn't really nothing too complex. And then I was before I think it was my end, like the last couple games in my senior season. Coach Carter started to reach out to me, and that's when I started to. Besides, other coaches started to reach out to me as well too. I had a lot of I think about 11 coaches reach out in my recruiting process I got, but Coach Carter was like really, really harping on me. I think it was like my last two games, and we kind of went from there. So they never came, they never made it to a game, but I mean they had all my film, broke down all my film, was texting me before every game, but before those last two games. So that's when stuff started to kind of ramp up for me the last couple two games up at Potomac Falls, and I was in the playoffs. So and then after that, that's just my relationship with coaches around the area and outside the area. Some of them are in West Virginia, some of them are in PA. So just knowing that, hey, I got to make a decision if I really want to do this or not. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to, obviously. I just wanted to make sure I had to find the best fit for me. So that was kind of how
Yeah.
my high school went.
All right. A lot of people don't know this, but this mug right here was a running back. So we caught some of his tape. I think it was before one meeting. We airdropped one of your running back videos, or you airdropped it on like two of the TVs that we had down there, and like we were just watching you run. We were just like, "There's no way this motherfucker played running back. No way, no way." We had like Braden Thompson, all of them, Dustin. We were just all like, "No,
Hmm.
hell no. There's no way he played running back. There's no way." He pulled up the film, showed it, and we were like, "Ah, fucking no way." Had the whole room fucking dying. And this,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
if you
remember that. We
ever,
was what the basement. We was in the basement of
what basement of
Bowman, right?
Bowman? Yeah, basement of
Yeah,
Bowman.
that was funny. I don't even know what we were doing. I think we were waiting for you know how Coach Everett and Coach G they like to walk side by side, and at the same time I think they was running a couple minutes late, and I think we had I think we definitely airdropped the joint, and I yeah, because none of y'all believe me, but yes, I did have my little stint of getting me some carries back there, and TB, not fullback, not short yardage. We need a big guy to get the first down. I'm talking
You
about
talking like
first
80
and 10
yards,
type
like
of back.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm talking about first, second, and 10 type of back. But nah, it was definitely fun. I definitely appreciate the coaches that were involved in that kind of you know what I'm saying? Because for my size, I could move a little bit, especially in short bursts. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all the coaches that uh, gave me the opportunity. I just made my career as a football player fun. You know what I'm saying? When it came down to varsity, obviously, like as I got older, that
Hmm.
was coaches weren't coming at the next level to look at me for that. So
Yeah.
I had to kind of put that in my backseat and leave it in the past. But now it was definitely a fun time. Definitely a fun time.
I mean, speaking of fun time, man, I mean, we had a lot of fun regardless at Bridgewater and everything like
What was
that.
that?
But I mean, if you ever needed someone to fucking like, this is like a big like pat in the back. This is like a round of applause type of deal right here. If you ever needed someone to lighten up a room, regardless if you were down or whatever, this motherfucker right here, Snacks. As soon as you hear this motherfucker laugh, bro, like you were full in laughing, regardless of what the hell happened. Like we would like laugh with you. We would never laugh at you unless you did some stupid shit in practice or something, like fall over or miss the bag when you missed the tackle on it or
Oh
something
man, that was
like
bad.
that shit.
That was bad.
Like if you ever needed a little lighten up mode or anything like that, I mean, you were the man to go to, like point blank.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? We all know what Bridgewater was. Bridgewater
Yeah.
was lit. Bridgewater is lit as the people make it. You know what I'm saying? So there was some times where like it'd be like, I mean, not even sometimes. A lot of times we'd be like, "Yo, what we doing, man? Like, what we doing tonight? What we like? We going out to jam you again? Like, we going out like what we doing tonight?" So like those little moments and stuff like that, you gotta have somebody to lighten up the mood. You always gotta have the jokes on the team. And I got that label put on me, but when it was time to go, it was time to go. But like you know what I'm saying, that's
Hmm.
how we were kind of all close because it wasn't a bigger school. It wasn't a big school, so we had to be close. And once we got out of that uncomfortableness when you guys each first came in at y'all different times and you don't know who you know. I mean, you've seen people on visits and stuff like that, but we didn't really know each other until we start to get in the position groups, to get in those meetings, to
Hmm.
go through a camp together. So like once we got all that together, it was just like brothers all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? We leaving out the locker room the same time, going to the training
Yeah.
room the same time. I mean, we'll get into some fun times later, but like we was late to we in the middle of the game. We over there, we in the game talking warm ups. We late to a warm up, and they coming out there cussing us out because we run out late, and they already in warm ups in the middle of a game. I think it was big homecoming game, and
Yeah, it was
everybody out
homecoming
there
or senior night. One of those two.
senior night. It was I don't know. Was it Ferrum? I was something, man. It was something when we walked out late, and I was just like, yo, because we was trying to make sure we was fly and fresh in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? All that for game day, and I figured out they
Pull the
out there
shirt
already
down, roll the
stretching.
jersey
It
up.
was crazy. It was crazy. They already stretching. We still in there trying make sure the visors is clean and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I had the dark visor for the warm up, so make sure that's clear. I mean, make sure that's clean, all that. So, nah, we was definitely goofballs, but nah. Um, Definitely appreciate y'all boys too, especially and not just y'all too, all the older classes and all the
Hmm.
people who graduated before them or came before them. That was my guys too. Definitely miss all them guys and just missed the era a little bit too.
Yeah, I mean that era is different. I mean, as soon as you get that bond, it's like it's something you hold on to, and then you also think about it like, man, if I had maybe like one more season or one more semester with this group, like we would probably do more and like take more away. Like we did the senior thing. I think it was after you left. We did like a senior dinner at Meech's crib, and it was like all the seniors there. We were all there, and like we did a cookout, had drinks. It was seniors only, but Tuck. I mean, Tuck was like the only, and Preston. It was like
Of
those two
course, you know
people,
that them
them
two
two.
always around. Them two always around. So
Like we had like a little kickback, and like we just watched games and drank, eat, just cool it. I mean, just pretty much relaxed. I mean, that's what we did when you were there, of course,
hmm
and before we, like I tell some of the freshmen there now, or not now, but like when I was there, it was like get your JMU party days over your freshman year, because after that, it's kind of like it kind of goes downhill.
it goes downhill. You know what I'm saying? It
It's
goes
bad.
downhill.
I mean, you kind of get used to the whole same thing. Where you going?
hmm
I'm going to this house. What time? Who you bringing? 2-to-1 ratio. Can't get
And
in.
then
Like you got to
that's
keep
not
going
if
back
it's
and
not
forth.
shut down by 10:30, 11. Because you know how them
Exactly.
JMU cops be, boy. They be unless you in a retreat or something like that, or like the altitude or whatever, bro. That thing getting shut down by 11, man. Because you know people outside. So yeah, get your stuff out the way early. But it was definitely a good experience, though.
Yeah, before we talk about life at Bridgewater, we're gonna talk about life during camp, camp
Okay.
itself. All right, so I know it's a little curveball, but you experienced the last 2 days in college.
Mm-hmm.
I never got to experience that because after that they canceled that, they dropped it and everything.
Yeah.
How was that exactly? Because I wanted to kind of experience it just to feel what it is, but I never actually got to experience it.
Um, it was difficult, man. It was difficult for sure. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just basically take our schedule that we had, and you know the schedule we had.
Yeah.
We doing something from 6 a.m. and we're not done till like 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So take that, and instead of like that pool time being an hour and a half or 2 hours, or that yoga time being 2 hours and an hour, or that like that, or extra couple meetings, replace that with a practice, bro. Like replace that with a full practice. So like, and you know how our practice get. We used to walk to the locker room 30, 35 periods, man. That thing hurt. So um basically that was basically how it was. So we would have our morning practice. We got to be out there. I think it was like what 7 or 8. It varied what time it varied, depending on what we had to do. But and then we had our break. We would go straight from practice to the cold tubs to the training room, and then you got lunch for like 2 hours. So and lunch for 2 hours, an hour and 45 to 2 hours. It depends on how you want to spend that. Some
Yeah.
people like me, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Always go
not.
back to the
I
crib.
might get something quick. They want to sit in there and talk all day. Like I'm going to sleep, bro. Like we got practice again, and and as a freshman, you know, you trying to show off. You know,
Yeah,
what
of
I'm saying? I
course.
never forget like the first practice. I was doing the team flex the hardest I could, and the team flex people don't know is the stretching. I was doing that the hardest I could ever, trying to show off. But um I was just like I was dead after the third exercise, trying to show off. So and I knew not to mess with the team flex ever again. That's something you don't play with right there. But yeah, so like it was hard. So but sometimes some of those days it would be full and full. So now sometimes we would get lucky and it would be half shell full, or shell and what do we call helmets? Um
Uh, I
what do we
don't
call them?
know. I think
Dang, it's a
it might have been
CTE,
just
man. That's a CTE, man. We had a whole term for
I
it.
don't know.
We had a
I
whole term for it, bro. We can't
shell
remember it. Well, we just would
shell
go
was
helmet. Sometimes
boom
we split like
boom
that.
and then
We'll be
uh,
ske- shells.
shells
I don't know.
full.
That's gonna kill
I think it
me,
was just I think it might have been just helmets or tops or something like that. I don't know.
man. I'm thinking we had a term for that joint, but um, whatever it was, yeah. So some you get lucked out with the format like that. But those days when it was full and full, that thing was rough, bro. And I mean, you were very, very sore. I mean, sometimes we see a lot more the strains and the tweaks and
Hmm.
the injuries. Obviously, you hate that, but that happens. You know what I'm saying? When you banging like that, and as a freshman again, you want to go hard. You want to show that's your first impression is everything. A first impression is everything. So when they calling those names in the groups for inside run, when they calling it for team, when you get your one rep as a freshman, you know what I'm saying? Unless you that guy, when you get those one reps before you start earning them and making your name, you got to go like full blown out. And you going against grown men that's 22, 23, some 24-year olds. So as a 17 and 18-year-old coming in, you know what I'm saying, who are new to it. So it was definitely different, and it definitely had my body hurt. I was in that was my first real introduction into cold tubs. So like and knowing how important the training room was. So shout out to Heather, and she took care of us my freshman year before
Yeah.
the Sam the goat had came in. But um, Heather took care of us a lot my freshman year, and yeah, that was rough, man. Y'all lucked out. Y'all lucked out missing the 2 days. Yeah, missing 2 days, but it was definitely an experience. I definitely look back on it, and yeah, I can say I was part of the last 2 days in NCAA. So
We have a question real quick. If y'all could do it all
okay.
again, all over again, would you play again or would y'all switch anything up? So for me personally, um, shit, I would definitely put the pads on. I'd be at practice every single week. I mean, when we started this 7-on-7 shit, I'm gonna be out there with y'all. And like I tell them all the time, I'm like, I still got the pads and the helmet. I got a jersey. All I gotta do is put it on. And our coach be joking, or the head coach be joking around. You can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I'm trying to let these kids know it's not like what it used to be. It used to be smash mouth every single time. None of this like new era of football. It's nothing like that. It was you didn't come out until you physically broke something. Like I would do it all over again. I'll do college all over again. At Bridgewater, probably again, without a doubt. If it's the same group coming back, I would definitely would. Maybe a year more with like Bryce Plunkett, Muhammad Khan, like all of them, Sammy, Joe, like all of them. Like I would love to play another season with them. That's where I would like to. I would do it again for sure.
Me, most I mean, you know the answer to that.
Yeah,
I would definitely do it again. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I would definitely be able to. I would love to put the pads on. I'm glad that I'm coaching now, so it's still that's how it keeps me close to the game. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Keeps my adrenaline running. But it's you know the feeling, Deshaun. Like it's not that same rush though. You get a
yeah,
little bit taste of it, but it's not that same rush when you playing. You know what I mean? No matter what level you at, or no matter what you're at in high school if you're a high school player. I would love to put it back on. Obviously, we probably need a couple. I need probably a couple practices under me, but after I mean, my hands
yeah,
still work great. My hands
hmm
still work great. So, just me getting my wind back under me, um, that would probably be the only thing. If I had to change anything, it would just kind of be like, and I was going to talk about it later once we got into it. But if I could change anything, obviously, if I had every power to, I'd have to have like mega powers for this shit. But like, taking away COVID, man. Like, obviously, I'm
yeah,
glad it gave me an extra year to play a game I love. But we were supposed to do some things after that season, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So we were
That
supposed to
that
do some
really
things after
ruins
that
some
season. Not
shit.
ruin, not that kind of ruin, not ruin, but change the trajectory out of a lot of shit. And then like, if I could negate that and take away one less year to knowing what we would have coming back to for that year after we won the championship, then I would probably do that if I could change anything. But other than that, I wouldn't really change anything about my experience physically and what I personally did. You know what I'm saying? But I would definitely load the pads back up if I could. I got everything too. I got the helmet, jersey, all that. I just need
Yeah, I
some
got I got
practice
everything. I
pants, man. I'm
mean,
good.
yeah. Oh, yeah, best believe I took something. Best believe I
Yeah.
took something. If you
You got
didn't
some
take something
pants,
from,
fool? I need to
yeah,
go get some
if
pants.
you didn't take nothing from D
No,
three,
yeah,
you
Nike
need
too.
to
I need to get
know.
everything that's Adidas down there with my stuff on it. I need to go get that shit, man.
I mean, I went down there. Coach G came up. What was it? Oh no, I think it was Lim, the new head coach. When I was there during the spring, that's when he took over. Yeah, so that COVID year when he took over, he came on a visit. I think it was earlier or late 23 to come check out some players. I was like, y'all got this Nike, right? Go ahead. I need that as size large. Let me get some pants. And then,
Mm-hmm.
a couple months later, our favorite, or not our favorite guy, but the most known guy that we've known, Coach G. I mean, goes and does a big move and goes somewhere else. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, you lose connections, but you gain more places that you can go to. But I mean, basically, man, that COVID year ruined a lot. I mean, if
Yeah,
most people don't know that COVID year you got to choose. So like that December, I remember being on that Zoom call. I mean, that shit was heartbreaking. Just sitting at home like, oh, we can't do it this year. We're gonna have to push it back. I'm like, oh, I'm sitting at home just like, yo, I don't know if I want to go back. I mean, what's the chances of COVID and then taking a risk again, really sick? It was weird because most of our players, as you know, that like they didn't come back, and then when they didn't come back, they never came back. When you don't come back to D3, you do not come back. As soon as you leave, most of them do not come back, and that's what really messed up that 2019 to winning the championship, going the first round of playoffs, and then trying to build on that, and then you can't do it because players are just not coming back now.
yeah, most def. And then like even the like that's a big thing too. But like think about it, like the people who did stay. We was remember the spring season, bro. We was checking every Friday when Heather had that list because if you get popped, you done for half the season. You know what I'm
And
saying?
everybody, and
Like,
everybody around you,
that's what I'm saying. Everybody around you, like you know what I'm saying. So like when Heather would drop that list, or when Sam would drop that list, like, hey, these keeps kids popped, and this is who they've been around. And now you like, okay, we practiced all week, and now we down to start running back, two receivers, two linemen, and they're not coming back
hmm
for 2 weeks, and then they got to do a week of reconditioning to get back in the game. We only got 5 weeks in the jump. You know what I'm saying, from the jump. So like they done. If it's week 2, they done. Like, and now
yeah,
you're thinking like, now you're thinking like, was it worth it? Like, dang, I gotta do all this. You gotta get tested every day. Luckily, I caught mine before we came back during winter break. So once you got your positive, you ain't had to get tested for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So I was lucky to catch mine before the spring season started. So I didn't have to get tested at all. I felt bad. I'm over here asking the ATs, yo, who popped this week? Who popped this week? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we had half a bus go down coming back from
Yeah, we
Ferrum.
had half a fucking bus, man. Then we had to
Like
do it. We had to do it. We had to do it with everybody that had like a 92A, 15A. We had
that's
to
what I'm
do it with
saying.
them people. It's like, what the fuck?
We was lucky. It was like the bus where like it wasn't all the starters on that bus. It
Yeah,
was a
yeah, yeah,
couple
we
key
had to.
ones,
Yeah.
but it was mostly the guys that we had for like recon. So we had a couple. I think Meach and Cole was on it. We like, oh yo, if Meach and Cole or if they pop, like we're done. Like man, come on. But it was mostly like the subs and stuff like that. So we were okay from that point. But like if one of us, and I think that's dumb now that I think about it, because if one of us would have popped up on a bus and we would have all got popped, because they put all the starters on like usually one bus, offense and defense,
Hmm.
we would have been screwed, bro.
Yeah, it would have been
Screwed.
raps.
Screwed. Cancel the game, brother. Like we're not winning that game with bus two. I'm sorry. we're not. We're not winning that game with bus two. I'm sorry.
Not with
Um.
not with the with now with the Mikowskis and all them.
Yeah, and I love them guys at depth. I
Yeah,
love them
they
guys at
funny,
depth, but we
they
not winning
nice,
no
but
games with bus
we ain't winning
two.
the game with them, man. I'm sorry.
We not. We not. So it was just, but nah, just like little stuff like that, wearing masks to live. Hearing every 5 seconds in manager in the athletic building, pull your mask up, put your mask on
Hmm.
every 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, we didn't have to have the N95s. Bridgewater gave us the Gators and all
Yeah,
that stuff, so that was cool. We can always pull that down if we needed to. Um, and then they changed it. We got lucky. Remember spring season too? They wanted us to wear it during the game.
exact. Oh, that shit
They
was blowing me. They gave you the gate. They gave you three gators, and you had to put it
yes,
on in practice, in between drinking water.
yes.
Like what?
Luckily that got changed and after week one, after like a couple weeks of practice, it was like you don't have to do that. But like that was about to be for a big guy like me playing 3-4 with a. I already got a visor on. I already got a visor on. Now you want me to put a gator on top of that, bro? I'm one play and I'm tapping helmets. So that it was just a lot. So like I said, like going back to that question, if I could go back and change that, that would be it. That's
For
what I'm
sure,
changing, coach.
for sure.
That's what I'm changing.
Um, let's get into some of these. Pretty much you pretty much touched on why you committed and everything like that, and King Carter. I mean, he was a big part of me going there. He was a big part of you going there. Um, other than him, like what else made you like fully commit to Bridgewater in general?
Um, Probably have to be. I'm trying to think, man. It's a lot of things. One, it was away from home, but it wasn't too far away from home. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
It's just to be real. It's just me and my mom. My father passed away my freshman year at Bridgewater, so it's just been me and my mom's. And don't get me wrong, she's a strong woman and she can handle herself and all that stuff. But just me personally, I wanted to be away from home to experience just kind of getting away from the being on my own type thing. But I also don't want to be far enough away from the crib where if something happens, God forbid, or if I need to go home, it's not a 6 day trip. I don't have to book a flight. I don't have to,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't have to, I'm not a 6 day, but 6 hour trip. I don't have to book flights, like stuff like that. I can just hop in the car, go up straight up 81 and I'm back home in Nova. So that was kind of a good thing for me too. Obviously the social area, I obviously heard about JMU. It's a big campus. There's a lot of stuff, not a lot of stuff to do, but good stuff to do around there with a lot of kids. So he was bound to meet people from both types of from all types of genders and all that stuff, like genders and races. So um that was cool. Another one was just the community feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like Coach Carter was very big on family. When I went on my visit, I went on 2 visits. Coach Clark took me around a lot. Coach Carter took me around a lot. They really looked out for me, and that was kind of big for me too. I wanted to know that I was going to fit in academically and socially, and they make the academics things a big part too. They gave if you get in, Bridgewater give great academic money. They might
yeah,
charge an arm and a leg. They give some good academic money. I'll tell you
for
that. So
sure.
Clark helped me out with the whole process with the application and stuff like that. Also, too, I wasn't trying to go to a school where when you go into class, it's like you and 60,000 other people, and you can't even really get to talk to your professors like that. You can't really get them go into their office hours. You probably can, but you probably got a waiting list for a week. You know what I'm saying? Those big schools like
Yep.
that, you walk in first day, all there's a stack of thousand syllabuses on the desk. You pick it up, and then you just in a lecture hall listening at the top row. I don't like that. I don't learn like that. So, um, having it be like 35, 40 kids, 45 kids on a big day if you're in a lecture hall, um, for classes at Bridgewater, that was cool with me. You know what I'm saying? I could do with that. I could pull up on my teacher. I could pull up on my professor. Hey, what's good with this? Or hey, I need help with this. So that was another thing for me too. And then again, football wise, I wanted somewhere I could play now. You know what I'm saying? So Clark, Beach, Carter, I came in. I mean, obviously everybody here is they're paid to recruit.
Yeah.
They're going to tell you you're going to play. They're going to tell you you're going to be a type of guy for us. But Clark is a guy who keeps it 100. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? As much as people like to bullshit you and beat around the bush with you, Clark keeps shit 100. So when Clark sat me down on my second visit, was like, "Hey, you could play your freshman year, meaningful snaps, but on the other side, not at this weight." You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
he'll keep it real with you, but he's gonna keep it real with you. He's gonna tell you what you want to hear. In my case, that's what I wanted to hear. I want to play. But then he told me the real behind it, but not at this weight, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this meeting was between me, him, and Beach and the weight room. So me and him and Beach came out with a plan to cut me down 10. I think it was like 10 to 12 pounds before camp, and I came in 20 under. And I mean, I got meaningful. I was blessed to have meaningful snaps my freshman year, and then going through all the way throughout the college. You know what I'm saying? So Clark, I was appreciative of Clark always keeping it real, always keeping it real, no matter who you were, how many snaps you played. If you was fucking up, he was telling you. If he was doing great, he was telling you. If you needed to step up, he was telling you. It doesn't matter who you are. You know what I'm saying? You could be a 3, 4 year starter like we both were. You know what I'm saying? So, and if we was fucking up, he the first one on our ass. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I appreciated the realness and not the fake from them down there. So that's kind of what made me all of that compiled into one school academics, the realness. That's what kept it real for me.
That's some good ass points. I ain't gonna lie. I mean,
Yeah,
there ain't much else to come off that. I
yeah.
mean,
I'm telling you, man.
Clark got you situated on the field, off the
Off
field,
the field.
socially, in the classroom. He'll hook you up with anybody to figure out what you need, what classes you need to pick up on, who to talk to. Like Chip the what is it? I was in that little what is that damn program called? The transition program or whatever, from going from high school to college.
Mm-hmm.
They sit you down, they say you got these four classes. You cannot have a D or lower in any of these classes or you're not gonna be able to play. And I was like, damn, I wish I studied a little harder in high school
High
because
school,
God,
bro,
that
I was in
shit.
that same joint, bro. I was in the same transition program. I was so mad because once I heard I got into college and high school, I was done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was still showing up to school. I was
Yeah.
still doing all that other stuff, but I was done from like my mentally checked out. I got accepted. I'm playing ball. I'm doing all this stuff. So I'm good. But it ended up infecting me and I got put in that transition program. And now you meeting with a tutor twice a week. Now you meeting with a
Yep.
tutor 3 times a week. Got to check in with Studwill. I was like, I was taking all APs in high school. I was taking dual enrollment. Why am I in this? So I went up to I skipped my first two um, tutor meetings. I was like, I'm not doing this, man. I'm grown. Like I'm not dumb. Like I know what I'm doing. I just was slacking off my last semester. And I went to Stella and I said, what do I need to do? And he was like, you need a B average. If you can get a B average from this first semester to the spring semester, then nothing less than a B, you can test out. You'll never got to do it again. I locked in so hard my freshman year, bro. I got all A's and one B. I was out of that transition program. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing all this, man. I can't do it because add that on top of our football schedule, that ain't
Yeah.
working, man. That ain't working. So I know what you talk about with that transition program, bro. That shit was rough. That shit was rough.
I mean, meeting with just like an academic advisor or whatever they called it,
All that stuff.
you sitting down with them, you going through your football schedule. You're like, all right, I got a 7 o'clock meeting on Monday, bright and early, can't be late, or I can't practice. Then I got lift sometime in between, and then I got all these classes. And then depending on biology, chemistry, you got those labs, those 2, 3 hour labs at the end of the day. And then you're like, when can I meet with this academic advisor? You ain't got time for that shit most of the time. You got to do it on days where it's like the day before a game where we're like barely doing anything but meeting late at night. Um, after
And you
going through that
tired those
program,
days. That's
yeah, after
that's the days you're most tired.
you drained by the point you don't have time to sit down with them and you're listening to them. You literally like this. Yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And they getting paid. They getting stipends and
Paid.
shit for that.
That's what I'm
And they're
saying. So
getting
they
paid
don't
like
care if you really
5K.
fail or not. They don't. They get
They
paid
don't care
regardless. They don't
as
care
long
if
as
you
you
fail or not.
As
Did you
long as
meet
you
with him
show
for
your
this day
face
or not?
once,
Yes, I met with him. It's so okay, cool.
that's
If
it.
he don't pass, he just gonna be in this program for the rest of this time here. I'm still getting paid. They don't care, bro.
They
Like,
didn't.
that shit was rough, man.
All right, we got another thing. What is it? What do you say? There anything y'all learned through football that you still use day to day, like in life and outside of the sport? For me, I think bonding is very important. Like this day and age, I touch on that a lot just with like the students I have now. I walk up and I'm a PE teacher, so I mean I got to know 190 some kids, and I see 100 of them at most every day, and I got to be like that father figure, that brother, that just something to them, and that's what I'm trying. That's what I've been trying to shoot for. Is just like making those bonds with them, and then taking bonds like that to the football field. And that's what I think that we had from our coaches because this campus is so small. I mean, you could walk to Coach G and Coach Everett's house whenever you wanted. You can walk to Coach Clark's house whenever you needed him. You can call him whenever, and like those type of bonds. I mean, that's what really settled with me, and I build those bonds still now where I still keep in contact with some of those people that are up on my whiteboard that are now graduated. Like I still contact them. Like some of them at UNC, Air Force. Like I talk to them every now and then, just trying to figure out like what's going on with them, and it's just that type of deal, and that's what bonding is very huge. Like this day and age, bonding is huge.
Um, Same thing. You're bonding in relationships, man. Uh, Especially with my line of work, especially with IT staff. And I got to talk to a lot of people, healthcare IT staff, and I got people trying to when managers need me to fill their jobs or whatever.
Hmm.
I got to talk to these managers. I got to talk to these directors. I got to talk to these people in the business world. You know what I'm saying? So that's a relationship thing, easy a conversation starter. Again, too, I coach high school football. You got to be able to bond with those kids too, and bond with those kids' parents. You know what I'm saying? Those parents are going to come to you some sooner or later with either a suggestion, a problem, a pat on the back. You got to know how to be able to be an adult now. You know what I'm saying? You could be hee hee
Yeah,
ha ha and cool with the kids and stuff like that, and also still coaching them, of course. But when parents come around and stuff like that, when in high school sports or in little league sports as well, when especially little league sports, when it's again when it's okay for parents to be involved in little league stuff. In high school, not so much. Ain't really having too many parents walk up in no coach's office unless it's really needed, but you got to be able to handle that, and also the being able to get up at early times in the morning. You know what I'm saying? That also helped from football. That stuff. I mean, we got lift in the morning. Got to get ready for work. So like, but that whole schedule from football being up at the crack of dawn, especially in the off season, that allows me to get my sleep schedule right too and be okay. Yeah, you still gonna be tired, but it's not something you're not used to before. So relationships and bonding is something I learned from football. I use to this day. Um, and being able to obviously have that kind of sleep schedule to kind of make everything work and being able to be flexible because in college you don't have that much room to be flexible. It's you got
nope.
class, lift, meetings, more class, pre-practice, film before pre-film, before practice, pre-stretch, get to the AT room, get out, practice for 2 hours, film after practice, eat, you know what I'm saying? Get whatever homework you got done, and then you got to do it all tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So you're not that flexible. So being able to handle that, if you handle that in college, when it's not as egregious in the real world, you know how to handle yourself. You know what I'm saying? Once you lock in and once you get your sleep schedule right, you know how to handle yourself. So that's another thing I learned too. Just know how to time management, for a better word.
Yeah, time management is like the best way to put it. I mean, I wake up 5 a.m. every day. I'm sitting there. I'm like, damn, doing this shit again, and I'm doing it
Again,
until you got 5 a.m. You wake up. You sitting there like, damn. All right, go to work, do my 4 blocks, do the weightlifting, go home, do my own work with like this other stuff that I'm taking, these extra
hmm,
classes, just so I can get more money flowing. I mean, it's just there's no really downtime. You just gotta be able to balance everything out at the end of the day.
yes, sir.
Let's talk about some of these parties, man. Um, Skip all this football talk. We gotta talk about parties here in a second. I
All right.
did a little bit with Julius. We talked about parties just a little bit. Of course, brought you up because you had your own crib all pretty much all throughout college.
Yep.
Um, what was like the let's see, man. Not I mean, there's so many fucking moments. I'll be honest with you. My best moment or best party was probably that St. Patrick's party that you had. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. 2018 maybe. I think. I don't know.
That was that was retreat. So that was St. Patrick's. That was retreat. That was the last party we had in retreat. So yeah, that was lit. That was lit. That was the last one we had, and it sucked because I think that was the wasn't that the COVID one?
Nah, I don't think so.
Not because
Nah,
okay, maybe it wasn't the COVID one, but I know the St. Patrick's one because it was like two, like it was a party in the front and a party in the
and a
back, and
party in the
everybody was
back. Yeah.
and a party in the back, and there was two different parties going on. I didn't even know that because it was so packed
Damn.
in the house. People from and outside the house or waiting outside had started another party and in my backyard. So, but nah, that was definitely lit. That's what you think was your best party?
Oh, I think. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't.
We'd have been through
After a
some
couple,
wild ones, bro. We'd
yeah,
have been through some.
after a couple wild parties, man, you kind of just like you tone out all the mediocre shit.
Yeah,
But what was probably like the craziest moment you had happen in one of your houses, or during a party, or after a
yeah.
party, or anything like that?
The craziest moment I had in one of my parties, I don't. Either the fight
Oh, yeah. Okay.
sophomore my
Yep.
sophomore year
Hmm.
when somebody got put through a hole through my wall. You know what I'm
Yeah. And
saying?
then
Either,
in the
yeah,
bushes. Yep. Hmm.
in the bushes. Yeah, either that fight sophomore year, or the one when they was all on my the same house pheasant, and it was a sophomore year, and it was all on the glass TV stand, and it smashed.
Ah, I forgot about that one. Oh shit. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Hmm.
Then I shut it down. So that was probably the two that was kind of the craziest for me. I think just off the top of my head, I threw one like it was a lot. I threw a lot. So, but nah, those two stick out to me. Those two right there stick out to me. The fight with the big hole in the wall, I was like 3 racks to fix, bro. I had to pay. I was like $3,000 to fix, bro. So that one, and then the TV stand, I had a warranty on it, so it wasn't bad. The only thing I was mad about that one is I just had to. That thing took a motherfucking
Sweep.
minute
Yeah. Sweep that shit
to
up.
sweep and then build it back up with all that glass. Like I'm like, bro, I gotta go get another one. So, but yeah, to sweep up all that glass, like, and the crazy part is, it was like I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. We
Like,
all.
and
No, I'm not gonna lie. We all knew. We boom. Oh shit.
and I warned the people. Obviously, we're not gonna do that. Like, I go put those people's names out there, but like,
Yeah.
I warned the people. I was like, yo, can you please just get off my table? Like, please. But you know what I'm saying? When you got alcohol in you, we lit.
Hmm.
Stuff goes in one ear and out the other. So when I
Out the
heard it
other.
smash right next to me, I'm like, yeah, it's time for everybody to get out. But yeah, those two are probably the wildest ones that pop into my head. Um, yeah, that's probably the two that stick out.
I think. I think a crazy moment is probably. I don't know. It was probably one of your mans. I don't know. I'm be honest. I still to this day have no clue who the fuck this dude was.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the bathroom. It was Pheasant, I believe. He was in the bathroom and he came out. He had that shit on him. I was like, oh shit, hold on. Hey, yo, put it
Oh
away. Cops out front.
man,
Put it away. Don't bring it back out.
yo,
Go out back. I don't even know who he was. I just tried to help him. I was like, oh no, yo, put that shit away. No, can't do it here.
oh man, I know who you're talking about too. Wasn't my man's, but it was my man's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, and when the party got shut down, man, like I had opened the bathroom just to make sure nobody was in there, and he was in there. So I was just like, damn. And then I told him, and he pulled it out and was like, and tried to give it to me. I'm like, what you want me to do with the with the strap, bro? I'm telling you, the cops is outside, man. Get that you and whatever strap that thing is, get that thing up out of there. He was like, nah, bro, and threw it in my sink. I'm like, you not about to leave this in my sink, bro. So like, um, luckily we got the situation handled. But yeah, that was a crazy one too. That was a crazy moment. Yeah, I definitely remember
No,
that
for
one you
sure.
talking
What the
about too.
hell?
You said what?
I said, yeah, for sure. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, oh
Motherfucker
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
bring
But
out a
nah, that was
strap
crazy.
at
But
the
I was
end of
just
a
like,
party?
yo,
Come on.
I was like, yo, yeah. And that was my sophomore year. So again, that was like one of the first, like, that was when I first moved off campus. So like having stuff like that, like it be have you guessing, like, do you want to throw another one, or if what if the cops didn't come and bro had beef with somebody? Like, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like that could have got motherfuckers in even more trouble. So like stuff like that is what you got to like look out for, especially when you take on that kind of like personality where you have a house and you want to throw parties every weekend. So, but nah, it was definitely crazy. Obviously, luckily, nothing happened bad or anything like that. Definitely just a memory thing that's crazy. But yeah, that was a crazy moment.
Man, though, I mean, I think pheasant and some of the retreat parties, it got to a point where it was like, yeah, I ain't throwing no more. I think you got to that type of point. Oh, I think we lost him. Oh no, 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 lost his ass. Hold on, let me click him.
Back.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, bad. I was like, uh oh, man. I was like, oh man. But
But nah,
yeah,
I was just talking about how pheasant and some of the retreat ones. As soon as you got to a point, I mean, like glass, the gun, the fights, it's kind of like
hmm
I ain't throwing no more. We're going somewhere else.
yeah. I mean, to keep it a bean with you, bro, that's the thought after every single one, regardless if any of that
Yeah,
happened. Like you just after everybody leaves, bro, and like obviously we were thankful and good and happy enough to have sometimes females help clean up, and
yeah,
sometimes certain people stand over or anything like that. They would help us clean up and get stuff, and even sometimes y'all would help us clean up. You know what I'm saying? There have been plenty of times I've seen you. You've been there with me till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning picking up stuff out the draft. You got your backpack on. I know it's the shot.
yeah,
You got your backpack on. You stay with me. Helping me clean up with some stuff. But like sometimes we'd be so tired or so lit, I'd be like, I'm gonna just do it in the morning. And when I come down Sunday morning, bro, and look at my crib, I'm like, I ain't throwing again, bro. I'm not. But you gotta think about it. Like, one, what else we gonna do?
exactly. Nothing
Two,
else.
exactly. So I what else we gonna do? Two, do you really want I'm in the own comfort of my own home. Yeah, you can't control everything, but like all it takes is me to pause the music and tell everybody get the hell out.
Hmm.
And I'm at my crib. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to worry about rides. I don't got to worry about none of that other extra stuff. I know for a fact there's a few certain people going back to what I said earlier that's going to help me clean up. I'm probably going to do the heavy cleaning up, like when they all leave in the morning if they don't stay over. But yeah, like, and then I guess like again, it goes back to number one. What else we going to do? You got people hitting you up. You're, hey, is Snacks throwing this weekend? Hey, is Jay throwing down this weekend? Hey, is
Yeah,
Tay throwing down this weekend? And my roommates. And you know what I'm saying? When you get those questions, you know you got to. You know what I'm saying? Like the 2019 year at the retreat, we had made a pact before the season even started, before we won that we're going to throw one after every game we won. We ended up going 10-0. So
yep.
that's 10 functions right there every night. You know what I'm saying? We was blowing
Every
teams out.
week.
We blowing teams out. So when we get pulled, the starters get pulled at halftime. We on the sideline talking about Leak. What time your people asking me
What
Leak? What
time?
time your function starting tonight? What time should we come over? You know what I'm saying? And can we up 50-0 and watching the rest of the game, letting the other guys play? Like so, I mean, it was, and then again, it goes back to relationships and bonding. Like those, like it was fun. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, just being able to see those people you might see in class who might not, who might be that shy person who don't talk in class at all, and then they
But
come
it's
to one of my functions and they the littest and the craziest and on the table shaking ass or on the table screaming. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's fun to see. You know what I'm saying? Now you might have a new friend. Now, when it's test time and you need notes, you can go to Shorty or you can go to Bro. If it's a guy, you can go to Bro. Be like, yo, like because you know just those connections and type stuff. So, but every weekend, bro, every weekend I'm like I'm not throwing again. But then it goes on my mind by the time I hit Tuesday and I get text like, what are we doing this weekend? So
yeah. I mean, if I had a place, man, I mean, I'd probably throw one the entire year, and that's it. Just because of like
you can't though,
going to
bro.
different places and just seeing like the trash and just like,
I
damn,
know,
now
bro.
I gotta clean this up. Hell
I
no.
know, but you can't just throw one. Cause I'm telling you, you throw one, and if it's a good one, motherfuckers is not gonna leave you alone, bro. They're not gonna leave you alone.
I think my overall like best moment. I think I was a freshman. I was with Shad and uh all of them. I'm blanking. Chad and all them. I think we came
With
over.
Jamil,
Jamil,
Chad,
yeah, yeah. Chad, all of them. We came over to Pheasant, and it was you and a lot of other stuff, and it was just a big circle. Just know that it was just a
oh
big
man,
circle.
oh
That was
man, it
the
was like.
initiation night. To be honest
Yeah,
with
that
you,
was
I thought that's what
initiation
it
night for
was.
y'all. That was initiation because that was
That
D
shit was
block.
just
That was D block. I don't even think you came. I think it was just you and Shock. I think it was a D block thing.
It might
Because
have
it was
been me and Shaw. I
Danny,
don't know.
Danny came, Mo
Yeah, yeah,
came,
Sammy,
Snell was
Mo.
there. It was a D line thing. I think it was just you and Shad that came. Maybe
I mean,
Jameer,
I can't
maybe
remember.
Jamil,
To be honest with you,
maybe. But I know you and Shad came. But yeah, that was a crazy night. That was
that's some like motherfuckers listening. We can't say nothing because
you can't say
that was
nothing, bro.
wild.
Lights, like all we had was just lights and music in the
I think it
background.
was
It's just
2K music just sitting there,
2K's
just
music, and then every 5 seconds, oh, my turn. Okay.
okay.
So, but that was definitely that was a lit night too. That was definitely initiation. I had to do the same thing at JP's house. I don't know, you didn't meet JP. He was a DM when I was a freshman, but I had to do the same thing at JP house, 2 houses down. He lived in Pheasant too. He's the one who told me about Pheasant. So, it was definitely lit. That was stuff. Yeah, I mean, we had some crazy. Man, we could be on this thing for like 8 hours if we wanted to.
Yeah, we really could be talking about like shit like that, like that shit.
Yeah.
But let's go right into. We ain't gonna talk about that one thing real quick. We'll move on to the next.
Mm-hmm.
Julius did his top five. All right.
Okay.
Let me mute my mic because I gotta grab some papers and I'll show you. All right. So his top five artists of all time. He had MJ at one, Drake at two, K Dot and J Cole tied for third, but I made him pick one and he picked K Dot. And then he put Dolph at four, and then Future at five. What is
Okay.
your lineup? If you want to start at five or you want to start at one, just let me know.
I'm gonna start at one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Okay.
start at one. My one of all time for me is Drake. I can't. I mean, I can't. Just for my. I mean, obviously, we can always say people have their Tupacs, people have their Biggies, but I wasn't alive, and I wasn't. Don't get me wrong. I still bumped them all day.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
they're the goats, but that's not who I would watch through. So mine would be Drake, Aubrey Graham. My two and three. Two would be Jermaine, which is J Cole. Three would be actually no, scratch that. Two is Lil Wayne for me. Two is Lil Wayne. Three would be J Cole. Four four would be K Dot. I can give it to K Dot. I can give it to K Dot. And five would be Chris Brown. I'm not
Five,
even gonna
Chris
lie.
Brown. Okay,
Chris
BA.
Brown
All
has
right.
bangers that I've been alive from when I was a little kid, from Excuse Me Miss to all the way up to his new stuff today. So like Chris Brown, people. I mean, obviously people don't sleep on Chris Brown, but Chris Brown is like that. Please, just because it's not the and don't get me wrong, I love NBA YoungBoy, I love Tory Lanez, I love
Yeah,
all that, but just because it's not no hard banging shit, don't take away from what he's been able to do. People still singing his songs from back in the day to this day now. So like, Chris Brown's on there. I might even put him at who would I put at four?
you put
K Dot.
K Dot at four. Yeah, you got two. You got three lyrical people. Drake, he got bangers. He got that soft stuff.
Yeah.
He got everything. The R&B. You got Chris Brown. He got bangers with R&B, mainly
Mm-hmm.
R&B. And then you got Lil Wayne. He doesn't remember a single fucking freestyle verse that he's made.
Yeah.
J Cole, lyrical. K Dot, lyrical. I
Yeah.
respect it.
Just from
I
a
respect
lyrical
that this is how it
standpoint,
is.
if we're going from a lyrical standpoint, yeah, then I'm gonna go K Dot over Chris Brown. If we're going from who got the most hits and who got the most bangers, Chris Brown's
Hmm.
over. He's right under Wayne and Drake. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it like that. I'll go Drake one, two Little Wayne, three J Cole, four K Dot, five Chris Brown. So that's just how the cookie crumbles on that one.
All right. So another top five, but you can't put them where, or you can put them where you want to, but you have to be careful because I'm just gonna name each one. It's like top five foods for a Super Bowl party. Like, what is your top five foods? I'm just gonna list
Okay.
off the food. You got to tell me exactly where you want it.
Okay.
One, two, three, four, and five. All right. Let's go with the easy thing. Wings. Where you putting that at? Doesn't
One.
matter how they made. You putting them at one?
One.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope I ain't screwed up the place. So the other four he about to name some crazy shit.
Now we're gonna go a little basic, just the basic shit. Pizza doesn't matter how it's made.
3. Yeah, 3.
Any type of dip with a chip.
5.
5. Wow, you
5.
need a big
Yeah.
dip on your chip. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if it, yeah, I don't chip dips ain't no deal, and it's not a deal breaker for me.
What do we
Did
have?
we lose me?
I still got you on my side. It just
All
might
right, bet.
freeze. It's just the CPU type shit.
Okay,
It's
cool,
all
cool, cool, cool.
right. Shit. What was the other thing? I just had it. Damn. You got wings, pizza. You got wings at 1, pizza at 3, chips and dip or any type of like that at 5. Um, any type of beverage that you can have that is,
Am I frozen on your screen? Look like I'm frozen, man.
yeah, you frozen.
Uh-oh.
Unless you want to go back and join back in and try that.
Let me see. Let me try to join back in real quick.
All right. That's what it is when you ain't got the big money with desktops and shit. It's just how it is sometimes. Shit be laggy. All right.
Bet. Oh, see, I didn't even
All
see all this. Like, I didn't even see the chat or none of that on the side. It was just a screen, just me and you.
right.
Oh shoot! I had it pulled up on my phone right here.
Oh, I mean,
I'm bugging
shit.
out.
Whatever works. All right. So
Yeah,
back to it. You had wings at 1, pizza at 3.
yeah,
All right, and then you had chips and dip at 5.
yeah.
So I'm trying to base it off this little thing right here. Dang, I had this shit. I had it open, but I deleted it. Ooh, sliders.
2. I wish it
2?
was.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I think wings still clears sliders. Yeah, so 2 is good for me. I was gonna say maybe it should be 1, but nah, 2.
So you're gonna have to put, what is it at? Where is it at? Damn it.
Oh yeah, some guy go 4 regardless, right?
So I think the last one's gonna be dessert. So I mean, I think you're gonna have to just put dessert at 4.
Yeah, it's just dessert at 4. Screw yeah. I mean, dessert clears chips and dip, but it definitely don't clear pizza, burger, and pizza sliders and wings.
Because by the time you get done with the sliders, wings, and pizza, you ain't eating dessert. You drinking the alk at that point. Because it
Exactly. At that
ain't no
point.
point.
Exactly.
Is there anything else, anyone else that is watching, or you can comment right now that you want us to talk about at this moment? We can go ahead or wrap it up here, or y'all can ask just whatever y'all want. We have a good amount. I think it was like 10 people at once, 10 or 12.
That
Um,
was tough.
the only other thing would probably be Julius or Jules. He set this up. I even had it
Hmm.
circled right here. Would you leave like the all-time D lineman, like just with those 4 years or 5 years, as me and Jay at the ends? You at a 2 or 3 tech, Jules at a 2 or 3 tech, and then Preston at nose. Would you leave it like that, or would you switch it around?
What year are we talking? I'm taking all conference last year, Jaden, as the and you. I'm taking because you got what twice, right?
I got all conference
3.
twice, all state once.
Yeah, I'm
All
taking
state was during
2019
COVID.
Deshaun.
Yeah. I was about to
I'm
say,
taking
yeah.
2019 Deshaun. I'm taking 2019 Deshaun and 2019 Snacks, both all conference right there. Um, but I don't know though, because my last year I had 50 tackles.
Because we had to do what we fucking had to
I know.
do.
So I don't know because Preston, me and Preston interchangeable.
Yeah,
Julius, Julius was a dog at nose. Don't get me wrong. Julius was a dog at nose. But I will say this. I want Julius on a 3 technique. His speed is why he's such a dog. He's strong too,
yeah.
because motherfucker's strong, but his speed is plays into his heavy advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't ne- I don't need him at over the center. Leave that to the bigger guys that still can move like me and Pete. You know what I'm saying? So put him in a three and let him put a guard to work. You know what I'm saying? So I will leave at Julius at the three. I'm trying to think where I would go though. 2019 me and Preston this year was a dog because Preston last year had to deal with some injuries. 2019 Preston was a dog
Yeah.
too, but he had last year he had to deal with something. But this year he was a real dog, like real dog. So I don't even think Preston like nose. That's the thing, because I know that I don't even think he like nose. So I'm gonna
None of
take
us
one for the
did.
team. That's what I'm saying. We all had to play it. So like, I'll take one for the team. I'll go nose. I'll do what I always done. But I'll tell you, 2019 me. Actually, no. I'm taking last year me. Even though I made all conference my 2019 year, I'm taking last year. I had 50 tackles. The preseason rankings was ranked on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that year,
Hmm.
me, I was really in my bag that year. Even though we had to do all that extra shit, I was really in my bag that year. So put 2022 me and 29 and 2023 or 20. Would this be 24, Preston? No, I'll be 20.
Yeah, I
Damn,
mean, if he graduated, yeah,
2021. No, 2021 me because we graduated in 22. So
yeah,
2021 me, 2023 Preston, right there. I'm keeping that, and then I'm rotating in. Damn, because you got to think about it. We got to do this twice
yeah.
because me and you are part of two different eras.
Hmm.
Jaden and them aren't part of the Sammy and Joe era.
No,
Those were some dogs and Rashad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, they don't. They weren't part of
we got
that.
to do like post, like, I don't know, like post G being coordinator era. Because G was still just strictly D line at that time. He wasn't a coordinator, it was Everett. So if we're going before Everett, I'm going Mo Khan.
Yep,
You clear Plunkett, so I don't care. But do I put
for sure.
Rashad there and put you at a three?
I was at my heaviest, so I'll be
That's what I'm
fine with
saying. You
anything.
came in heavier. You came in heavier because you had to play offensive line too at high school.
Yeah, they wanted me to do everything.
So I will put Mo. Nah, I gotta put you at end because then my interior. So I gotta put Mo at one end, you at the other end, me, Sammy, Joe in the middle, and that's how it goes from there. Pre ever era. Me, Sammy, Joe. I'll go zero because I was heavier back then.
I don't know. I might put Joe at fucking nose.
Yeah, you're right. Joe was a
That motherfucker was a dog. He was an Italian
yeah.
dog.
Big
What
Joe,
the fuck?
Italian mobster. Yeah, Joe was a dog. So I'll put Joe Salini as zero. I'll go to a one or a two, and then I'll put Sammy at three, and then I'll put you at the end. That's error. That's ever error. And then
Yeah,
we'll throw in Rashad because Rashad was good. Rashad was a dog, but you were more consistent than Rashad. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Rashad gonna come get you a sack and a half a game. Don't get me wrong, yeah. But you know what I'm saying? During the whole process of the game, you can run stop, you can pass rush, you can do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's a pass rush specialist. That was Rashad. Rashad,
yep,
when they came off run blocking, he struggled a little bit. But and that's my dog, and that's why I keep it on it. But you were more of a all around type of guy, and as you saw, that led to your record for TFLs and all that shit. So like and sacks and all like so that's how I would do. And then again, post 2019 and over era, it'd be me, you, Jaden, Preston, and Jules. And I throw in like Leland. Leland was tough. Um, that's it. Do we have any other
yeah.
subs other than that? That's that we could throw in.
Not really. I mean, most
Unless you're
people
going down with Rich, Will, Crom 2022 Crom was all right.
he did some he came in and did some numbers.
Yeah, Crom did all
And
right. Crom did all right. So I could throw him in there for some subs. So that's what it would be, bro. But yeah,
I mean,
me and
you
you are
got to think
part of two
about it.
different eras.
Me and Khan, we're both tied in the record book for sacks in the career.
Who?
Me and Muhammad Khan, we
Oh, I
both
thought
got
you said
12.
Crom. I said when the
Oh
hell?
nah,
I said I know Crom put up
Crom ain't
numbers.
getting no
When the
12
hell did he
sacks,
put?
nigga. Ain't
I'm
nah.
about to say, yo, did I miss up? Okay, yeah. So you and Mo were up there with that's top 10, right? Or
We're top 10.
top 10, and then you what? Aren't you one? Nah, that Aaron Nice dude
That
broke
Aaron Nice
his
boy,
TFL
yeah,
record, but they blitzed
fucking
his
six
ass
and a
every play
half.
against Guilford. Of
God
course, they
damn
got
it.
it against Guilford. They ain't,
Yeah,
they ain't.
Gift,
But
they
nah,
ain't
so you,
slick. if I could get
Yeah,
one.
so you two on that one, but that's still tough. Like that's still tough as fuck. Two of all time. You know how long Bridgewater been open since we people like our color skin weren't allowed in. You know what I'm saying? So,
That shit was
um,
wild.
but nah, that's tough. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm taking 2022 to Sean. You might say 2019 to Sean. I might take. I mean, I might take record break because that last year you had a pick six, sacks. You broke the record. Yeah, we won the championship. I might take 2022 to Sean too. I don't know, bro.
I don't know. I mean, I'm
I
beyond. I
don't know.
mean,
COVID year was just like a bullshit year. Like we played
it
five
really
games,
was. It was
played the
5 games, get in, get
same
out.
same team three times because Washington League canceled first week,
Yep.
and we played Ferrum and ran off Macon. That was it. Like yeah, so that would be my two eras. Yeah,
Damn.
yes
Well, this was
sir.
fucking. This was great.
Hell yeah, man.
Um,
Appreciate you, man.
no problem. Is there anybody else in those lists that you think you probably want to see on here next? Like, I already got Jules, you, Preston. He might be able to get on here. I'm trying to get Chase because I know he's in Austria right now doing the
Mm-hmm.
Austria Football League over there and time zones and
Yeah,
stuff like that. I'm gonna try to get him on here. Jay, he's still doing his law shit, so it's gonna be hard to get him to do anything.
yeah.
Um, anybody
I would
who would you
probably
want?
say I would probably say Chase Tuck.
Oh yeah,
Try to get some because you know what I'm saying. Obviously get your D block guys too, but you
yeah,
obviously want to get some offensive guys too. Meach maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like I guess it's a lot. Like I was thinking about it today when I mean not today when you just asked me. I'm like he talked about the D line. I wonder what like the all time defense would be. You know what I'm saying? We could pick an all time defense. Like who we put in that bag? Like I was thinking, I'm like,
mm-hmm.
do we go chasing hype? Do we go chasing Womack? Do we go?
Oh my
Like who?
fucking
What do you
god,
like? That would get some conversation. That's a conversation we got to have for another day. But like you could get some combinations. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some real Chance and Ray like and Gary. Do you put who gets the bump? Does it Gary get the
who
bump?
gets
Does
the
Dez
ball?
get the
Yeah.
bump?
Oh shit,
Does Chance get the bump? Does Ray get? You know what I'm saying? You can get real messy on your podcast. But
this
nah,
could get
like
really bad.
get really bad, bro. Because like we didn't play with some damn dogs, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we didn't have the chance to play and build relationships with them dogs. Gary, all of them, and a lot of them are coaching now for Bridgewater. So like that's lit too. Get Dion in here. Yeah, I have a coaching type figure too, even though we know him as Dion. People now are calling him coach and tagging him on Twitter as Coach
Yep.
Rich. That's still weird to me. Same with the Gary thing. That's still weird to me. But you know what I'm saying? Those guys are coaches now, and like time has grown on and getting those guys too. But like, yeah, get some offensive guys. Get the boy Tuck, get the boy Meach, maybe Cole. You know what I'm saying? Get Cole if he up for it. Yeah, man. You got some options, man. You could pick.
Yeah,
You
I
got a
got a
lot of
lot.
options, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I might have to do a pod, and it's just like y'all just send me feedback on here, like who we putting where. Make a poll.
Mm-hmm.
Whip backer, who we putting? All right, he gets the bump.
That's what I'm
No
saying,
talking,
bro.
no
Like you
talking. Just write it down.
just write it down, bro, because it could really and then you just post that joint, be like, damn, this would probably be like this would be all time for when we was there at least, because like you got to go back. Like, and then I can't. I have to. It'd be different for me because I have a whole year with dogs that before y'all came. Like, I
Yeah.
would have some dogs. I would kick some people off them secondary, and like I got like the white Ray. I didn't even we didn't even say Tharp. Like,
Oh yeah, we say
we
what the fuck?
like you know what I'm saying? People would get the boot, bro. Like, but nah, you got some
Some people be
options, man.
upset.
That'd be a lit little segment. That'd be a lit little segment, especially at least have each position group, each person. Like if you have Tuck come in there, have him do his receivers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That'd be lit, man. But like you can't go wrong with your next pick, bro. You got a good thing going. Again, I appreciate you for having me on here.
no problem.
Um, yeah, dog. And pretty obviously, this is my dog right here. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of dogs that you got. Like, you don't have to talk every day, but when we talk again, it's feel like we both back at our dorms or I'm at my house, he at his dorm or whatever, and we just chat. You know what I'm saying? That's the relationships you get from shit like this. So again, appreciate you, appreciate everybody who tuned in. Um, and I'm gonna be tuned into whoever's next too. So
Man, once again, appreciate you. This is Snacks, aka Malik Crow. Big, big part of Bridgewater, big part of that defense. 2019, every other year, part of that. Part of why we still have some type of relationship with everybody in that D block or everybody on the offense. Um, it didn't matter who was out there, where you came from. This is the man you came to talk to whenever you needed anything. Um, Overall, this was pretty solid. I appreciate everybody that did come out. I know it dropped a couple times. It doesn't matter. Like I said, this is raw. This is uncut. I'm gonna post this, download it right away, post it right to YouTube, so people will watch it back, whatever they want to do. I appreciate everybody that did come out. Once again, this is the Four Walls and Me, Oil, featuring Snacks. Thank you guys
Yes,
for coming
sir.
out. See you.
Appreciate y'all.
That's a wrap. Let me know who's next. Let me know. Let me know. We ain't playing. We doing something. If you want to be a part of it, please let me know down in the comment section below or down in the message box right there. You just let me know. Who do you want next? As of now, I think we have a strong place for Chase Tuck or Meech or Tuck and Chase, just depending on who. And might make a new segment, all time offense or all time defense. We'll see. Let me know. Peace out, y'all.